One of the strongest positions you guys can get in jiu-jitsu is getting the back. But also one of the most frustrating things about getting the back is when you get there and it just seems like nothing works, especially against those upper belts. We fight, we try to get the submission, but the whole time it just seems like they're not even trying when it comes to defending. So in this video, guys, I'm gonna show you how to actually be able to finish from the back, and all you need is one submission. So when it comes to actually getting the submission from the back, we have a lot of crazy options, whether we choke them with our lapel, we go for the arm bar. If we're a little evil, we go for the wrist lock. We even have the rear naked choke. There's a lot of submissions we could cycle between. But in reality, when it comes to attacking the back, there's only one submission you need to feel a lot of good success and to actually submit your opponent. And the crazy part is, the most difficult part of the technique is the first grip. Once you make the first grip with this actual submission, everything else after that is extremely easy, especially if you guys are going with someone who's a higher rank than you and just better than you in jiu-jitsu. So the submission that we're gonna go over today, guys, and before you guys think anything about this, hear me out. It's a modified zipper choke. The reason why we call it the modified zipper choke is because with the actual zipper choke, this first grip that I'm getting is extremely difficult because I have to get the back of my wrist all the way to Xander's neck. And then as we make our grip, we get here, and then we can just extend and we get the finish. The problem with this is, though, is that I have to get a super deep grip. To even get here is like pretty tough, especially against somebody who's like pretty aware of what's going on from the back. So we can get this one pretty easy. But if we try to do the zipper choke from here, look how much space I gotta make, and this is not going to submit anybody, especially if they have hands. If they don't have hands and they only have nubs, maybe you got a shot. But what we're gonna talk about with the modified zipper choke is what it actually sounds like. It's a zipper choke, but we're gonna modify it a little bit to where you are going to literally submit everybody, especially if they're a higher rank than you. So what I'm gonna look to do is I'm gonna look to get my first grip. With my first grip, I'm trying to get like basically back of my hand to his chin. So look, it's pretty shallow, right? Now, when you practice this, this is as shallow as you wanna practice. Anything lower than that, it's unfortunately not gonna work. Anything deeper, it's gonna work way better because deeper is better in jiu-jitsu, okay? So as I get this grip here, I'm gonna practice with the weakest variation of this grip, which it is still crazy, crazy strong. Now, when I go for the modified zipper choke, I'm gonna show you guys from the most optimal side to do this because you're not gonna be attacking the back from like a seated position like this. I'm gonna show you from the non-choking side, which is gonna be to the left side if my right arm is a choking arm. A lot of cool, strong variations from the choking side that we can do, but we're gonna focus just on one side so you guys can just have extreme success right off the bat. So we're gonna take him down to the actual non-choking side here. So when I do this here, I'm looking to open up the lapel and I'm looking to basically get the back of my hand to his chin, and I'm gonna make my first grip. When I make these grips, I'm trying to get my fingertips basically to my hand. Do this here. I don't want to be gripping like this, and I'm definitely not doing a puppet show. There's no Kermit the Frog in this scenario here. So I get the back of my hand to his chin, and I make the grip on the actual lapel here. Now, if you see like a little bit of slack, like this guy, if I get this grip, it's already checkmate. Even if his hand's up or defending, it's still really easy for me to progress this grip because all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna barely loosen up my right hand, and as I do this, I'm gonna pull down the actual gi. So look how I pull down the lapel. My hand can still stay at his actual chin here, but look how it's gonna tighten. It's gonna go from this little bit of gap right here, and it's gonna tighten to his neck. This is what's gonna make this choke so sweet. So as we make this grip here, it's basically done. The only thing I have to do is make sure that I get the second grip, and it really doesn't matter where along the lapel that we get it, but just grab it like basically just under your choking hand. Once you get this here, if you remember the concepts I'm giving you guys today, you are gonna submit everybody once you get to this position. But once I'm here, I still can't choke him. I'm not gonna push him away and try to do it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my legs and my arms. So how I'm gonna do this with my arms is I'm basically gonna push my arms down towards my belly button here. And then I'm gonna use my legs to move Xander down towards my hips. So look how I have it. Basically at chin level here, I grab the other lapel. Now with my left hand, I'm just gonna be pulling the lapel down towards his belly button. So with both of my arms, I'm gonna pinch my elbows. I'm gonna use my legs and my arms at the same time. and I'm gonna push him down here like this. Now, if my elbow's flared out like this, he might be able to escape his head from my elbow. But if you guys remember this little baby detail of pinching your elbow down, he's literally going nowhere. So when I do this here, I'm still not quite ready to choke my partner. I may be able to get a little bit of something, but remember, our goal is not to tap Xander, it's to put him asleep. He needs a nap. So as I do this, I take my top leg and I'm gonna bring it over his shoulder. But when I bring it over his shoulder, you guys can cross your ankles here, but it's really important what we're trying to do to Xander's body. So I'm pinching my elbows, and as I pull down with my left hand, my right leg is basically gonna leg press. So my hamstring rests on his shoulder, and I'm gonna try to push him further away. Now look how far down he is here. With the back of my wrist towards his neck with my elbow pinched, all we're gonna do now is I'm gonna pull down with my left hand, and I'm gonna pull back with counter pressure to get the choke. This is an extremely strong choke, to where in reality, the only submission that I really show the team, my gym, Dynasty Jiu-Jitsu, to focus on is the modified zipper choke. Yes, we go over arm bars. Yes, we go over a lot of other fun submissions, but the primary offense you're gonna see is this modified zipper choke, because even if they understand how to defend from the back, they're gonna have an extremely difficult time stopping the submission, because all I need is one step. If I can get this one grip, which is right here, it's basically checkmate. And look how it's chin level. I can't zipper choke him from here. This is too much space. It's too much. It's gonna be extremely easy for him to finish. So what we're gonna do is my arm over the shoulder, my choking hand, I'm gonna grab the lapel. When I grab the lapel, I'm gonna flare the back of my wrist to his neck. Remember, we're practicing this from the non-choking side here. So I still wanna manage and make sure that my hips stay behind his hips and my chest stays behind his back. Once I get here, I'm staying tight. My left hand grabs the other lapel. Now remember, both of my elbows, I pinch to create tension, and so he can't escape his head. I'm gonna use my legs and my arms, and I'm gonna try to get the back of his neck towards my hips. So as I push him down here like this. The whole time though, my elbows are pinching. I'm gonna bring my right leg, the top leg, over his shoulder. Now look, when I leg press, I'm not leg pressing here. I'm actually gonna pinch my knee in, pointing my leg out. So biomechanically, I have an extremely strong leg press. When we do leg press at the gym, we're not leg pressing like this guy. We want our leg aligned with our body. So as I do this, my left hand and my right leg are moving him further away. And then as I do this with my right hand, I'm gonna pull with counter tension into his neck and get an extremely strong choke. And we're gonna go here and get the tap. Now, I have a bonus detail for you guys though. There could be some times that as you guys are going for this, they rotate their back flat to the ground and his chest goes to the sky. Now, once he's here, I could pull, push, it's not gonna choke. But we have the ultimate trapdoor card here. So what I'm gonna do is, look, I take my top leg. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it over my wrist. I keep tension, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinch my wrist with my knee. That's gonna collapse my actual wrist into his neck. So then once he's here, I can't zipper choke. I see his back's flat to the ground, chest to the sky. So I take my knee, and I'm just gonna pinch it into his neck. And I'm gonna push like I'm stabbing into his neck, keeping the lapel, and then my knee collapses on top of it. So one more time when we're here, I got the modified zipper choke, life's going good, but he got a good angle to turn his chest up. So look how I keep him here. I bring my knee on top of my wrist, and I'm just gonna collapse into his neck. Remember, the goal when we're doing this is to actually put our partner to sleep. To put our partner to sleep, we don't need any medication or anything like that. No tranquilizers required. But what we need to do is we need to eliminate or slow blood flow and or oxygen to his brain. They're gonna go night-night. So when you guys drill this, yes, you could try it in sparring, but the best way you guys are gonna learn how to do this is doing it with a partner that's going to tap right when the submission starts. The reason why is because once you know the submission starts, the choke is started. Now they're on the clock because they're gonna go to sleep at some point. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to put a partner to sleep, not tap them. Obviously in training, they tap, we stop. At the tournament, we stop when the referee says stop. But this is going to eliminate the guessing game that if you do go up against somebody that just refuses to tap, maybe you're in competition, maybe they lack a couple brain cells and they're just not tapping, you're not gonna be like, do I have it? And then you adjust, maybe you lose a position. If you guys are looking to take your jiu-jitsu to the next level, but you need a little extra help, you need a step coach and a team that can help support you, consider, guys, joining the Lapel Guard Syndicate. The Lapel Guard Syndicate, guys, is actually a school group to where we have a group of people that are like-minded, that love Lapel Guard, but above everything, guys, we love jiu-jitsu. To where we take our sparring content, guys, we'll review it with each other. There's also a Lapel Guard instructional. So if you guys are trying to learn Lapel Guard and take it to the next level, check out the links down below.